Okay, so I want you to see the correspondence between Sherry Flurry, Esquire Sherry Flurry in Columbus, Ohio, and I. Okay. I have to, I'm reading it, so I have to do a double video. Okay. Okay, so Sherry texted me after I spoke with Kelly Pruitt at Family Services, and I said, okay, Sherry, okay, here it was. She says, Elizabeth, I never quit. I have been working on your case. I cannot do the things that you need to do on your case plan. You need to work on the things with children's services. What I told you was that I'm not going to take your threatening behavior by text. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to do everything that I can to help you. This is what I want to do. I think that it would be in the best thing in the world that you come back here and had a meeting with children's services and reestablish your visitation and contact with Eden. I said, okay, Sherry. I said, the state of Ohio tried to lock me up 3 times in 16 days. You told me you quit months ago. I have the text. So why do you care now? Is it because I have a YouTube channel calling you out? I never told you to quit. I told you I wanted to see you have your visitation with Eden and work with Franklin County Children's Services. And I said, no. I said, you told me you quit, because she did. I have the text, okay? I said, you told me to call and have a new guardian ad litem assigned and never called me again. I thought you were off the case almost 3 months ago. I find your timing strange, because as soon as I get this YouTube channel up, now all of a sudden Sherry is interested in my case again. Okay, whatever. I said, and this is right after she texted me, so I know that she was getting these texts, okay? I said, you had no clue I was under an investigation. Everyone else knew and nobody told you about that. The investigators had no idea that I was at Kentucky Baptist Hospital and they didn't tell you, so that's not how you knew a psych nurse was coming to Baker Act me when I was in the ER for a lip inflammation. Okay, I haven't told you about that. I went to the hospital to get my lips looked at and they ended up trying to Baker Act me with the psych nurse when whatever. Okay. I said, yeah, I'm in the ER getting my burnt lips looked at, and you text me, she did. I didn't know that the psych nurse was coming, okay? I was in the ER getting my lips looked at for this inflammation, and they were running, blood tests and all this stuff, just to check for anything, including poison, because it kept on happening. And so I'm there, and Sherry told me to let the psych nurse do the psych evaluation. And I was like, I don't think a psych nurse is coming. I'm being seen for my lips, right? Okay. And then a psych nurse showed up and totally tried to put me in the mental ward. And because the doctor of Good Sam knew that feds were chasing me or whatever, he understood what I was saying, and he wouldn't allow them to Baker Act me. Do you know what I mean? He was like, let her go. And then Kentucky was like pushing me out the door. Meanwhile, my lips are like burnt as fuck. No one gives me anything but Vaseline and like tells me to split as soon as they realized that they couldn't incarcerate me. So anyways, and Sherry had foreknowledge of the fact that the nurse was going to come and do that, which is why I know that she's involved in this investigation, and she knew about the investigation. Everyone else knew about the investigation and was in on it. You mean to tell me that Sherry and my lawyer weren't? Well, I know that this woman had foreknowledge of the fact that I was in an ER in Kentucky and was supposed to go to the mental ward, okay? And told me to let it happen, all right? So that's what this is prefacing. I said, you had no idea, none, that I was being chased by an FBI hunting squad. I said, Sherry, I recorded the hunting squad. I've been told about the investigation. Ohio tried to assist that squad in incarcerating me 4 times in 3 weeks. Look, I know what happened. I put the pieces together. People said things, and I have a ton of witnesses. The feds contacted my roommates in Ohio regarding me. I am using them for witnesses against the state of Ohio. And you're going to tell me my lawyers and family services had no clue the FBI was doing a hatchet job on me. I said it wasn't the mafia. See, I thought it was the mafia because the feds were acting like the mafia, and I didn't realize that Michael Feldman was like this big, like, political guy, but there were other people that were in on it too. Sheriff Joe Lombardo, DA Wolfson, Judge Gibson. He put in a bogus restraining order, and he knew it was bogus. There was no hearing. Who else is in on it? The chief of police, Todd, he got fired. DA Wolfson no longer was running for governor anymore. Yeah, that's right. It was like this group, you know. Michael Feldman started this group, and they all know each other. It's all buddy from Elite Investigations. They know a lot of feds, and then feds can just follow from there if they feel like it. You know what I mean? Okay, and they didn't like me from my blog. All right, so it was like they buddied up. Okay. I said it wasn't the mafia. So I didn't realize that Michael was a politician, not a mafia guy, because the feds and the mafia, I'll tell you what, everyone's trying to run everybody over. I was shocked when I found out it was the feds, okay? I said it wasn't the mafia. You knew exactly who it was because she did. She knew it was the feds. I'm like, the mafia is trying to kill me, and she was just thinking, no, it's the federal government. You know what I mean? I said, you know exactly who it was and who was chasing me. You say nothing, and you're my lawyer? She's my guardian ad litem, and she's a lawyer, okay? I said, no, Sherry, I was never incarcerated because the investigation was a bogus excuse for a vendetta by a powerful group of political figures in Vegas. District Attorney Wolfson, Sheriff Joe Lombardo, Esquire Michael Feldman and his father, Judge Gibson, Chief of Police Todd Henderson. I pissed them off, so they hired Elite Investigations, who in turn had pushed the investigation over to the feds to totally fuck me up, and now I am blowing my horn so loud and broadcasting this entire crime against my daughter and I. Oh, when I started the channel, the feds got out the Black Ops monster trucks to chase me around with again, and I caught it on video. So let's understand that I know what happened, and that it's a big, big, big deal. They blocked me out of houses on purpose, out of jobs on purpose, drove me nuts on purpose, had Eden abducted. This is the federal government I'm talking about. I mean, I should go to Fox News. I want you to write on text that you had no clue because she's a lawyer, so I want to get her disbarred. Do you know what I mean? I want this chick to, tell me she didn't know and didn't assist because I have her caught in foreknowledge with the text. I said, I want you to write on text that you had no clue it was under federal investigation and it did not color your opinion about my case. Please text that. I said, Sherry, there's a good chance I'm suing the state of Ohio, and I know you're implicated because of foreknowledge, so I wouldn't lie because you're my lawyer. And the state won't recuse you because she said that she quit, and my lawyer, Renelle Nagel, said that she quit, and guess who wouldn't let her quit? The state of Ohio, because they don't want to include anybody else because this is so dirty. You know what I mean? It's really, really, really bad. That's why I'm doing this. And the state won't recuse you or Renelle because they don't want to have more witnesses. I mean, so many people know it's a joke. All the dancers at Centerfolds know, too. Oh, they said shit right to my face several times. The owner of Centerfolds told me the feds hated my guts. Oh, the Fed hunting squad made quite the impression in the tri-state area, particularly Connecticut. Did I tell you I caught a U.S. Marshal keeping me out of hotel rooms when I wanted to get away from my noisy roommate? Well, guess who I told everything to? The fucking governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Excuse me, you knew I will contact the King of Russia via Twitter if I feel like it, so you should have figured I would contact the governor. Sherry, deny you knew I was under federal investigation. Nothing. She will not write one thing back. I said, deny it. I know you're reading my text. Okay? I said, you probably even met some assholes from Elite Investigations. You feel me? Because you know what? I'm calling this chick to the stand. Okay? Well, you can't behave that stupidly aggressive for that long without making people sick. I'm talking about what they've done to me, how many witnesses they've had, and people have just been kind of appalled and shocked about the way that these people have been treating me. They're like, why wouldn't they just put her in jail if she's everything that she said? And Jesus Christ, they're after this girl, you know what I mean? And everybody, and they were like, this is really weird. Something isn't making sense, and, it was a lot of puzzle, Well, it's because you guys don't really know the government, okay? I didn't really know the government. Now I know, okay? And you guys need to too. I said, you can't behave that stupidly aggressive for that long without making people sick. Eventually, people just looked at the feds and said, why are you telling me? You're the government, put her in jail. They couldn't. They really wanted a mental ward, okay? That was the goal. Tell me you didn't know the feds knew I was in the ER at Kentucky Baptist. I want you to lie flat out on text. And I'm having big exclamation points, Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, please, Sherry. The feds put me with Dr. Pat Wilson in Clearwater, Florida, so he could report me as crazy and have me locked in a mental ward. One problem, I didn't do anything and was boring as hell, and he got pissed and disgusted at the entire scene in 3 weeks and started worrying he was going to be involved in a nasty lawsuit and kicked me out in 3 weeks. I guess that this channel is going to be his worst nightmare, because this is why he wanted me gone. I mean, he was making excuse after excuse after excuse. I mean, he just wanted me so gone. The only thing I did, I'm talking about when I was staying with him, was cry about Eden. And the guy felt like the biggest asshole, and you should too. I said, anyways, you say you're the one person. I said, you say you're the one person that had no idea what was going on, so I can throw you under the bus in court. Thanks. She doesn't say one word to defend herself or say that she did not know about the investigation. Okay? And I'm taking that as omission that she's telling me that she knew. All right? I said, I'm sure whatever they said, speaking about the federal government, whatever lines that they've been telling these people, I mean, they've fallen for it hook, line, and sinker, because they've had really good results with people being totally horrible to me. All right? Like, they have totally assassinated my reputation. Like, I don't even know what they've said, okay? But I know it's been really bad, because everybody's been like, yeah, let's burn the witch, pretty much. I'm sure whatever they said was very fucking convincing. But at the end of the day, here I am getting everyone in huge trouble. And that's going to be the end of my text with her. And I'm sure she's not going to say one word back, because she's so cold-busted, and this YouTube channel is her worst nightmare. And, you know, but here's the deal, is that you can't do this to people, you know? You can't be allowed to do this to people just because you don't like them, okay? And you totally go and destroy their lives and take away their children and do anything nasty that you can. Okay, no. And you know what? That's what YouTube is all about, okay? So if I can't get lawyers to help me or state officials to help me, although I will tell you, Governor Rick Scott has been very helpful. I noticed that when I tweeted him to get the FBI honey squad off my ass when the Black Psyops guy showed up, I haven't seen another truck since, okay? So, you know, like, maybe that's one out of, like, 50 politicians that I've contacted regarding this situation one way or another since the beginning. Yeah, I have contacted. I went to the State Bar of Ohio meeting and told them about this situation. Nothing. No help. Nothing. Okay? All right. Stay tuned.